So when drawing, it's really important to remember to start off with drawing lightly. So you can see here, I didn't just draw one line to represent my circle. It's really light so that I can erase any little lines that I want to. So right now I'm drawing out my forms that I'm going to use to create an animal or a creature. I'm going to do the cat. So I drew a circle, which is going to be turned into a spear once I start adding value to it and shading and a light source. And now I'm going to draw a cylinder for the body. You do not need to do this. I want you to come up with your own unique creature, animal, whatever it is. I'm going to use cones for the ears. So good thing I drew lightly because the cones are going to be on top of the spear, so I need to erase that line in there. I can add another spear for the nose. And let's do a tail. So the tail is going to be like a curved cylinder. And make sure to overlap shapes, just like we practiced in the last overlapping form lesson. So I'm going to have some rectangular cubes here for the feet. These two lines are parallel. That may be a little large for the feet. Maybe I can add some more cones down here to represent like claws. So I'll need to erase these little lines in here. You could add cylinders for the arms, whatever you'd like. So notice how I'm drawing a few lines. I'm drawing light enough that I can erase. And you can see that these two lines are parallel, these lines are parallel. So what's an important thing that we need to have? Oh, I'm going to add some claws to this one since I have them on that, so those will be cones. What is an important thing that you need when shading and adding value? You need a light source. So you don't have to draw the light source if you don't want to. I'm going to draw it for the purpose of this video. It's going to be maybe like right here. Let's see if that's. You can always erase that later. Sometimes I like to add that because I can point to different areas of my artwork to decide, okay, the sun would be hitting here, so this part must be lighter. This part must be lighter. This part must be lighter. This right here. Oops. Now you can color this with just pencil if you'd like, or you can also use color pencils. If you're using color pencil, don't forget to leave an area of the paper showing through to represent the white highlight. What do I mean? Let me grab a pencil. What color do I want my cat to be? I think it's going to be red. So for example, on the nose here, the sun is shining. This is supposed to be a spear, so it's going to be hitting maybe here. So I need to leave a little part white. So I'm going to start, this will be the darkest area. And again, you could do this just with your 6B pencil if you'd like. So I think I drew my pencil line a little too dark. So I just erase that a little bit. I can still see it, but you might not be able to see it in the video. So I need to make sure that I have a highlighted area. I'm coloring really lightly up next to where that highlighted area will be. The highlight is the white of the paper showing through. So now I need to start to make this area a little darker. So you have a lot of experience drawing spears now, but I don't believe that you've done them with color. This could be a made-up animal as well. It doesn't have to be, I mean, obviously this doesn't look really like a cat, but it's inspired by a cat. So I'm going in a few different directions. And I have a nice white highlight to represent where the sun is hitting. I can do different colors there, whatever colors you want to use. Let's see, I think I'm going to use green. So I'm going to do the cone here. I'm right-handed, so I usually like to work from right to left, so I'm not smudging things, but I just wanted to show you the highlight with this. So the same thing here, sun's hitting maybe here. So there's going to be a highlight right here. So this part's going to be the darkest part. And this part's going to be the lightest part. So I need to leave some white showing. So I have some white showing there. So this is, since this curves a little bit, there'll be a little bit of color on this side as well. If you're drawing with a few different colors, another thing that will happen is your cast shadow. Like, so say here, I'm not going to draw with green. I'm going to draw with, how about, pick a color. How about I draw with blue? So if you want to cast shadow on your figure, it's going to be whatever color this is. So if I'm going to have a cast shadow here, it's going to be with this color, not with the green. If you're using colored pencil, for the highlighted area where it's really white, you're going to want to use the paper. But you can also make a tint, which is adding white to a color by using a white colored pencil. You can go over some of the pencil It'll make it a little bit lighter, or the tint. So you can add some white to that colored pencil as well, to the whatever color you're using. You can also add black, which is called a shade. So I can add some black here. To make that green a little darker. You can go back over it with the green as well. And just like with your 6B pencil, even when you're going on top of a color, if you press lighter, then it won't be as dark. So if I want it really dark, I'll push harder and I'll go over it a few times. So now that I added a little bit of black or shade here, I think I'm going to make the green a little darker here as well. So my camera stopped filming when I started shading the spear for the head, but I started adding a little bit of a cast shadow here using the blue, but I could do that with black as well. So I can add more of a shading. So let me add some shading in the nose, and then what I'm going to do for the rest of the video is it's going to be a time-lapse video. So I'm going to add some shading by adding black. When I add that, I may decide that I need to add a little bit more red as well to make it a little darker, but I don't think I'm going to for this part. I'm not pushing super hard, so the black is getting a little lighter. The shading is a little lighter as it gets towards the highlighted area. And I can do the same thing that I did up here with the white. Sometimes the pencil picks up the previous color, so I'm just going to turn my page and scribble with my white a little bit to make sure it's clean. And I'm just going over some of the red that is near that white highlight from the light source. I'm not going to record coloring the entire creature and adding the value with the light source. I am going to let you get started for you to create your own original creature or animal using forms. I can't wait to see what you create.